This poem is entitled Take Me Back. Whoa, no, it's not. Let's try that again. This poem was actually inspired by a sermon that I heard by one of my lovely parents about the story of Genesis, how we started off in the Garden of Eden and that whole experience. And a lot of the content of the poem parallels to what I talked about in the identity crisis video. I think that's what I called it, identity crisis. A lot of the same content. I did get some music to go along with the words to the poem to add to the theatrical element, if you will. So if you're into that, I think you'll really enjoy it. And it's by the one and only Present. He did an amazing job, y'all. After he sent it back to me some months ago, I was completely blown away. It took my words to another level, literally. So he is the one who did all of the music behind this poem. I'm going to shut up now and let y'all get to listening. All of Present's information I will put in the description below. There's a website you can check out. There's obviously music that you can check out. He's out of ATL. So extra. Do me a favor, go check him out. I hope y'all enjoy this good old listen. Sit with it, let it marinate in your hearts and in your spirits. And I love you guys, and enjoy. The Garden of Eden was the start of my reality. One of variety of many fruits hanging from innumerable trees. Back when communion with God was done in ease, when we knew not of indecent exposure, and where eternal life was guaranteed. Nope, there's no death for me. Until that tree. The tree carrying knowledge of what sits in our minds today. The knowledge that dictates what is and is not okay. The knowledge that understands shame and pain when initially forbidden. So God would not go from communing with me to wondering why I have hidden myself. The myself he loved in my infant ignorance. The I he befriended, guided, and embraced like his firstborn child, making him a new father with a tear of joy in his eyes and a smile on his face. Hoped this would last forever. Enough in this garden to last innumerable lifetimes. But when he ate of that fruit and hid his nakedness is when God turned his face for mine. We hid, so he did. The once beautiful relationship now shattered due to an infringe. See, before good and bad, it was just God. And the knowledge of good and evil turned fellowship into a bad deed that all originated in one seed. A seed that we still water and give sunlight to every day. Babies are one of God's greatest demonstrations of what life in the garden with him was like before our incarceration. A list of good things and bad things play out in our very existence. Thinking God carries the same list is the same thinking that preceded Adam's decision to be distant. Because in his new mind, that was the good thing to do. Lord, if I'm this exposed, I should never be this intimate with you. I am dirty, afraid, and ashamed. feelings I never knew before. You tried to warn me from entering that door, and now I see why. Because there's a war. A war of good and evil I've never struggled with, but now do. A war that says if I am in this state, you're too holy to come too close to. I just saw fruit. But you saw separation. I saw an appetite replenished. But you saw limitation. Limitation in my mind, not able to see that you constructed me from the very thing that could leave a stain, loved me in the very thing I now identify as shame. My definitions of good and bad paint a picture of you that you never even painted for yourself. I need help. Help to see that Jesus was sent to bring me back to you. To get back to the place where I wasn't ashamed enough of myself to hide myself from your view. Back to my place of vulnerability not even fig leaves could cover. Back to a place where our relationship is rediscovered. Take me back to when I was a no good thing. When people today may look at me as a lawless being willing to show you everything. Take me back to no good thing. When it was all so simple and there was freedom to eat from those innumerable trees. Take me back to no good thing. When I came to you as is, unaware that it was even possible for you to deny me. Take me back.